Daniel Walter Mulligan III, 253 North Road, Pascoag, Rhode Island. Daniel Walter Mulligan III, 253 North Road, Pascoag, Rhode Island. I just wanted to respond to, actually, Jeannie Hauser brought up a good point. My father was a rescue captain. He was a chief of Walton Lake Fire Department. He was assistant chief at Oakland Mapleville, and he's still alive, moved to Tennessee. But what she said struck a chord, because he would, if an ammonia truck ever did roll over or come into an issue, he would run towards it, and that would be horrible. And also, I have friends right in here, police officers that I know would do that too. So that is something I didn't really think about. That you're really going to keep that in mind. That's a potentially very serious, deadly situation. That was one point I wanted to make. The other point is, Nancy Benz, you may or may not remember me, but I was unfortunately, I was hit by a car, and my leg was broken pretty bad, and had an injury to my popliteal artery that Nancy so kindly put a tourniquet on. So I was hemorrhaging, and as I was sitting out here, I thought to myself, well, the town of Burrillville is hemorrhaging right now. And Nancy, you seem to be pretty straightforward as to where your opinion is, as far as you said you're not too enthusiastic about having a power plant. And I think there's a lot of secrecy, and I'm trying to get some transparency to try and see where the board stands, and I think this part of the board's getting a lot of the attention. So I was just going to walk down here.
I think once the planning board, the zoning board completed their process, you're going to hear from this council in terms of where we stand on this project. I stand with the council.
So you don't have as much integrity as Ms. Benz. A little more straightforward. Enthusiastic about power plant? Not.
I think the people in this room have spoken to me personally, outside the official meetings, have a very good understanding of where I stand on this project, my thoughts on it. If you talk to me, well, I know for a fact this council needs to remain neutral, because if were you at the planning board meeting the other night? Okay. If you're at the planning board meeting the other night, Inver Energy's lawyers were asking very specific questions of the people we had testifying. Each one of those were designed to discredit anything that the planning board has to say before the EFSB, including any potential influence from the town council. So anything this town council says on the record, at the public meeting, will have an influence on the opinion of the EFSB, how the EFSB will look at any opinion issued by our planning and our zoning boards. So me sitting here telling you how I feel could be taken as an attempt to influence any member of the planning board or zoning board that's either watching this meeting, will read the minutes later, or just watch it on TV. And we can't afford to do that.
Sort of throwing Nancy under the bus here.
I don't know. I don't believe Nancy has said anything much different than what I'm saying right now.
Not very enthusiastic about power. And the letter that you wrote is certainly not neutral.
Yeah, way to be neutral, right?
Right? So how's that going to be neutral?
No,
Read the
that's what I
letter
said.
So I'm trying to, everything seems to be secret. I'm trying to get some transparency, see what you guys say. Are you enthusiastic about power?
Mr. Mulligan? I think I can, Mr. Mulligan, I think I can tell you that no one in this council was out soliciting business to bring a power plant to this town. Nobody. No one on this council was looking to bring another power plant to this town.
He's right. And,
Does that answer your question? No, I mean, I don't think there's anyone's going to disagree with me on this council. Nobody was looking for another power plant in this
It's here
town.
now.
Yeah, we all live here. I mean, I think most people already know how I feel. And they know who they are, so. Oh, definitely. It's bothering us just as much as bothering everybody else that we have to stay neutral. Unfortunately, we did take an oath, but I think most people know how I feel.
So, because I don't know if we have a straight answer. Can you please come back to the microphone, sir?
That was a straight answer.
Can you come back to the microphone so everyone is
Mr. Mulligan, let me just try to make a distinction here. Regardless of our personal opinions individually, we are not going to make a formal group statement on this until we have all the information in. That doesn't mean we don't entertain personal feelings of our own, but we are not going to make a formal group statement until, as we have kept saying, all of the information has come through and been transmitted to the council. And that's why we're not trying to play cute with people here. But we did take an oath that we would follow the process of state laws, and this is part of it. And we don't want to be accused by the power plant or any other entity within this whole process that's taking place of tainting it or showing that we have, that we've had undue influence in one way or another. Because, for one thing, the power plant could easily sue and say, you've tainted the process. We don't want that.
And they have the money to do it.
They certainly have.
Well, I guess what I'm confused about is the letter. So I wasn't sure if everybody got to vote on that letter or not.
I think you're trying to make a distinction between the legislation and the power plant.
No, the letter that Oleg had drafted up. Did all you guys vote on it, or? Because that's not very neutral.
That was a statement I was making. You're referring to.
The one that sank Keeble's battleship.
Why they were, that's the one that you guys put out.
I think he's referring to the press release.
Press release.
Is that right?